Under the blazing sun, imagine Moses standing tall on the empty Nile banks, his face shining with a fierce, unstoppable determination ready to face whatever comes next. The river lies ahead, quiet and watchful, as if holding its breath for what's about to happen. You can feel it in your bones. His voice, strong and echoing, travels across the water like a bold promise, daring you to listen and believe. Beside him, Aaron stands firm, his staff a symbol of unwavering resolve. The future of our nation rests on their unshakable gazes, steady, true, and fearless. Imagine Aaron, standing tall with his staff in hand, against the glowing, shimmering Nile, an image of strength and resolute power that speaks directly to your sense of courage and purpose. With a bold, plunging leap, the staff shatters the calm river, unleashing a furious upheaval that roars across the tranquil surface. The pristine waters suddenly turn to a sickening, blood-red flood, thick and ominous, as if a monstrous warning from the depths, an unnatural crimson wave of dread. Dead fish drift upside down, their dull scales shimmering with an eerie crimson glow, while chaos unleashes among the terrified Egyptians. An Egyptian home is engulfed in an unstoppable nightmare, an overwhelming swarm of frogs, their slimy bodies smothering every inch of the space. Emerald eyes flicker from every shadow, transforming the once familiar home into a strange, alien world. Under the blistering Egyptian sun, a swarm of relentless gnats crashes down, turning the lively street into a nightmare of torment. The air roars with a deafening, frantic buzz, as the relentless swarm devours everything in its deadly path. Desperate hands scramble and claw, their frantic movements barely masking the dark shadow of the plague that now engulfs the once vibrant market stalls. Faces twist in agony as relentless insects swarm, invading every inch of exposed skin with merciless fury. The vibrant hum of trade is shattered, replaced by a frantic symphony of desperate screams and frantic, chaotic movements. A tidal wave of desperation crashes over the crowd, as every person fights desperately against the unstoppable swarm. Inside the ancient Egyptian temple, a relentless swarm of flies engulfs the air, their maddening buzz echoing like a sinister heartbeat, an unstoppable force of chaos and decay. Egyptians frantically swat at relentless insects, desperate to escape the chaos and find a fleeting moment of peace from the overwhelming plague. A clear divide emerges. The Israelite quarters stand untouched, a haven amidst the chaos. The untouched quarters of the Israelites stand in stark contrast to the suffering and torment around them. The deafening roar grows louder, screaming the desperate suffering of the Egyptians for all to see. Beneath the merciless Egyptian sun, the land transforms into a chilling wasteland, dead cattle and broken dreams scattered in a haunting graveyard of life. Carts creak and collapse under the crushing weight of lifeless animals, forming a haunting procession of despair across the ravaged, barren fields. Dust devils whirl wildly across the lifeless land, echoing the shattered spirits and despair burning in the hearts of the survivors. Beneath the merciless Egyptian sun, a once lively village withers, its colors fading as a deadly plague of boils spreads chaos and despair. The infected villagers shuffle through the dusty streets, their bodies scarred and bleeding, a horrifying sight of sores bursting and spreading with every step. Once bright faces now twist in silent agony, their everyday lives a heartbreaking show of despair. The village, once vibrant and full of life, now shrouded in haunting silence, screams of despair as a community falls victim to a devastating curse. The Egyptian countryside is under savage attack, as a relentless storm of hailstones crashes down like thunderous fists, each strike pounding the earth with unstoppable fury. Crops are decimated, reduced to shattered stalks under the relentless icy onslaught. Humble homes shatter under the fury of a savage, unnatural storm, roofs torn asunder, walls battered and broken. The townsfolk gaze in frozen silence, their faces twisted with shock and growing despair, as if the very world is collapsing around them. Their priceless harvests, the result of relentless toil, are wiped out in an instant, leaving only a desolate wasteland of devastation. A menacing dark cloud rolls in, swallowing the sun and plunging the once vibrant Egyptian fields into shadow and despair. A thunderous roar of buzzing wings echoes through the air as a relentless swarm of locusts descends upon the fields, devouring everything in sight and leaving utter ruin behind. The ground disappears beneath a carpet of writhing bodies, a feast of destruction unfolding under the relentless swarm. Farmers gather in the wreckage of their shattered fields, despair etched deep on their faces as everything they've worked for crumbles away before their very eyes. A sinister darkness crashes over Egypt, engulfing the land in an unstoppable, shadowy abyss. Panic erupts as the sun vanishes, casting long, eerie shadows that dance like specters. Once bustling markets now lie abandoned, shrouded in eerie silence. Only faint, trembling whispers pierce the darkness as fear hangs heavy in the air. A suffocating, oppressive darkness hangs over Egypt, as if the gods themselves have abandoned the land, leaving it to drown in despair. The darkness seems to possess a life of its own, feeding on the fear that grips the hearts of every man, woman, and child. A warm, inviting glow emanates from an Israelite home, casting a golden light into the night. Inside, families are united by the soft flicker of candlelight, their faces reflecting a shared anticipation. With reverence, each family carefully marks their doorways, the brushstrokes deliberate and meaningful. The blood of the lamb, a symbol of protection, is applied with a mixture of hope and fear. In this sacred act, they seek deliverance, their faith unwavering in the face of the impending night. Flickering torchlight flickers like a dying flame, casting haunting shadows of sorrow that ominously sway across the icy stone floor of the Pharaoh's haunted palace.